Hello, arcade machine. Hello, bed. Hello, game collection. Hello, internet. Now that we've gone through a little crash course on Nintendo history, now would be a better time than ever to talk about something I have a bit of a more personal connection with. This little box over here has quite a bit of history. Despite the great software library and incredible controller, the GameCube didn't sell all too great, while the PS2 and Xbox had clearly cornered the hardcore gaming market. So for the 7th generation of consoles, Nintendo decided to try something else. At E3 2004, they revealed the Nintendo Revolution, a new console that would feature backwards compatibility with Nintendo's entire home console library at the time, as well as innovative motion controls. Eventually, it was fully revealed with the name Wii and released in November 19, 2006, and people definitely took notice. It sold so well it was often difficult to find, and soon it seemed like everybody had one. So let's see. Wait, didn't I already talk about the my head. Where am I?
Hello. My name is Henry. Welcome to the Me channel.
I see. Probably should have mentioned these guys. Turning on the Wii greets you with arguably one of the most iconic menus of all time, with a set of icons known as channels lining the screen. Before you even put a disc into the system, there's already tons of stuff for you to explore. And right next to the disc channel is the Me channel. This channel is home to one of the defining features of the Wii, the Miis. A character creator was something Nintendo had been toying with since the Famicom Disk System, and the Miis were the result of that experimentation.
And don't forget about the innovative Wii Remote. Not only does it feature fluid and responsive motion control, the pointer control allows for easy navigation of the Wii.
How are you even more of a corporate shill than I am? Anyway, there are still a few more things you can mess around with before inserting a disc. For example, the photo channel. Once you've imported some photos from an SD card, you can mess around with filters or even make little puzzles out of them. And we can't forget about the Wii Shop channel. Well, Nintendo did, but man, back in its heyday, this was one of the best digital stores out there. Games from almost all of Nintendo's past consoles, smaller bite-sized indie games under the name WiiWare, and even extra channels for the Wii. Unfortunately, the service was closed in 2019, so you gotta find another way to pick up Solomon's Key. And now we can finally get to the games. You up for some sports?
Absolutely.
In my opinion, no game better exemplifies how great the Wii is than Wii Sports. Almost everyone knows what sports are, so even people who don't play video games can get behind the concept of this one. And thanks to the motion controls, each sport is extremely simple to play since you only need to mimic the motions you would do in real life. Despite this, there's a lot of nuance to the gameplay. It all depends on how you roll the ball, swing the club, beat the heck out of Matt. Yeah, we all know this guy, most powerful character in gaming. Defeating Matt is the ultimate... Oh right, he's not great at tennis. And Wii Sports wasn't the only game that showed off the console during its early days. Wii Play is a bit of a simpler game, making use of the Wii's pointer controls. While it's no Wii Sports, it's still a fun little display of the Wii's capabilities. One of the real heavy hitters was the Wii's 3D Mario game. Super Mario Galaxy, what an incredible game this is. The spectacle has been increased tenfold, with Mario traveling across space in epic fashion. The levels may be more linear than previous 3D Mario games, but they still feel big and exciting. There's thrilling boss fights, a stunning orchestral score, fun power-ups, and a beautiful story. This has to be one of the greatest games Nintendo has ever made. And they just kept going. Wii Fit is another great entry in the Wii series, helping people stay in shape. Super Smash Bros. Brawl was the biggest game in the series at the time, with an incredible single-player mode and characters nobody ever thought would be featured. Mario Kart Wii was another fun entry for the series.
What?
Wii Music. Honestly, I'm not even sure what this is. Technically, it's a game, but there's no real winning or losing condition, you just sort of play music. And even then, you're not really doing that, you just shake the Wii remote and music happens. It just feels very gimmicky. And that wasn't only a problem with Nintendo's own titles. Since the Wii sold so well, tons of developers tried to make as many games as possible for it just to make a cheap buck. And most people didn't buy them, but most people just didn't buy other games for their Wii in general. The majority of the Wii's sales were to casual players who only bought the console for Wii Sports and Wii Fit and left it at that. Fans of hardcore games would turn to other consoles, and even the casual market eventually lost interest. And games that attempted to merge the two ultimately didn't really need the Wii if they weren't actively hindered by it. One of the most notable examples in the late Wii library being The Legend of Zelda: Skyward Sword.